Hi guys, welcome to the Know What If. I'm not going to make this intro long. Like and subscribe if you like the channel. Tell it to your friends. Scream it from the mountaintops, whatever. Just show it to people you think would like it. Anyway, like I said, I'm not making this intro long. This is the new What If. What if Goku was born a high-class Saiyan? We start off with Bardock, who at this time, his power level equivalent to 12,000, the same as King Vegeta, rallying against Frieza. But Bardock's not the main focus here. We see a Saiyan baby launched off the planet a few moments before the destruction of planet Vegeta, rushing his way towards Earth. This baby, his power level is 500, the same as Prince Vegeta when he was born. When the baby finally arrives on the planet, he has a much harder landing than in the original. Once he lands his space pod, he bumps his head pretty hard, causing it to bleed a bit. This is the bump on the head, basically. But it's not the same. With him being stronger, it didn't have as much of an effect. It's changed Goku to the point where he actually bypassed some of his Saiyan instincts, such as to destroy the planet. But it still leaves part of his Saiyan ideology, wanting to fight strong opponents and making him a bit sadistic. This is when Goku is found by Grandpa Gohan. Gohan, seeing this child and the strength that he possesses, is amazed. This child, an infant, boasts more power than he's ever seen in his life. This is when Gohan decides to train him seriously. Not like in the original. Gohan actually trains Goku much harsher and harder to be a guardian to the planet, or so he thinks. And Gohan actually teaches him about ki control early. Able to hide his power level and use ki blast much earlier. Gohan would already have knowledge of this, seeing as Roshi is his teacher. After this, Goku, at the age of 6, on a night with a full moon, transforms into a giant ape and kills Grandpa Gohan on accident. This is when Goku, after killing Grandpa Gohan, it's not the same as in the original, with him actually losing control. Him killing Grandpa Gohan was actually enough, the sadness was actually enough for him to gain full control of his Ozaru form and staying like this till the morning and the moon goes away, just sitting there wallowing in sadness. At this point, I'd say that Gohan did not tell Goku that he'd be the protector of Earth. Goku just thought that Gohan wanted him to train to become very strong. This is what Goku continued to do until the age of 10. When a familiar space pod comes. Yes, it's Raditz. And I feel like Raditz would come earlier, seeing as his brother isn't a low-class warrior. He's actually high-class, such as Raditz himself, with Raditz at this point boasting a power level of 3,500, and Goku hiding his power level, that of 3,000, while in reality his power level is 7,500. Raditz leaves with Goku. The main reason Goku joined was because he wanted to fight strong opponents. And with Grandpa Gohan dead, he doesn't have anything chaining him to this planet. And him not knowing about Grandpa Gohan wanting him to be the protector of this planet. So he leaves. They don't wipe out the Earth or anything, because Raditz really doesn't find any need for it, seeing as Frieza didn't really tell them to do it. When they arrive near the atmosphere of the planet that Raditz needs Goku's help in conquering because of the powerful inhabitants. Goku mentally prepares himself, seeing as he hasn't really fought any real battles. Although being adept in martial arts, he hasn't really fought any life or death battles, so he prepares himself. And they both arrive on the planet. This awakens something in Goku. At the beginning of their attack, the fights are trivial to say the least because these are just commoners, weaker inhabitants of the planet. This is when some of the higher classes start coming, power levels of 2,500 to 3,000. Raditz and Goku fight for days on end, not able to rest whatsoever, and barely having time to eat or drink because of these creatures' relentless assault, protecting their home planet. After the both of them managed to wipe out the majority of the military, they realize that they can't continue to the capital to kill the king just yet. They're too battle-worn and damaged. And they decide to hide out in a cave. This is when Raditz tells Goku about Frieza. And Raditz being high-classed, I'd say that Vegeta, well, first off, I would like to say that at this point, Vegeta already knows that Frieza destroyed their planet, and he's just playing it cool. This is when Raditz tells Goku about what happened to their planet and how they need to become stronger to hide their strength from Frieza. This is when Goku actually shows Raditz how to control his ki, causing Raditz to learn this relatively quickly. This is when they proceed on to the capital. Their new power levels, with Goku previously at 7,500, his power level raised to 10,000, and Raditz previously at 3,500. I'm gonna say he got beat up more because he's weaker than Goku, so I'm gonna give him a nice little power boost to 8,500. After dispatching the rest of the military, they meet up with the king of the planet, who gets up from his throne and flexes his power, a whopping 12,000. This actually brings a bit of fear into Goku. For the first time, he's not stronger than his opponent. But this fear is overshadowed by the sheer excitement caused by his Saiyan genealogy. Together, him and Raditz both fight for their life, Goku using his martial arts to overcome the king's higher power level, but him still barely being able to cross the threshold, with Raditz bringing on support because he's not able to take most of the king's attacks. With one bad kick, Raditz is blown into a mountain, incapacitating him. This is when Goku starts fighting with his head. When the king comes, Goku uses all of his martial artist training to counter the king's attacks and redirect them, able to land most of his attacks without getting hit. This is when the king gets fed up, kicking Goku into a mountain, badly damaging him. And right when he's about to go in, hitting Goku, plunging his fist through Goku's chest. Goku, at this moment, seeing this opportunity, dodges the attack as quick as possible and hits the king right inside his kidney, stunning him for a moment. Then uses the Kamehameha learned from Grandpa Gohan to obliterate him. This is when Goku falls to the ground, exhausted. Him and Raditz finally conquering the most dangerous place of their lives. They wake up in healing pods. Little did they know, Nappa and Vegeta had arrived on the planet to receive them. First off, they went to check if they were dead, but to their surprise, they were alive. And this isn't this is a nice little shock to Vegeta, because more high-class Saiyans for him to rule over. Just then, Goku slowly opens his eyes, seeing these people looking at him. But he decides to keep his power level hidden and not to do anything too rash. Although he recognizes the two in front of him as Saiyans because of their tail, he doesn't recognize the rest of them, just thinks of them as Frieza's lackeys. So he waits to make his next move. Goku at this point has a power level 13,500. Similar of that to Vegeta at 15,000. Raditz has a power level of 10,000 and Nappa has a power level of 8,000. Upon being discharged from the healing tanks and given Saiyan armor, Goku and Raditz decide to hide their plan and techniques from Nappa and Vegeta for the moment, because they're on a Frieza planet and it wouldn't be too hard to believe that he has eyes everywhere. So they decide to hold off on this until their next mission, with Goku being formally welcomed into the Frieza Force. And that's the end of this What If. Like and subscribe. I like the potential of this series. Thank you very much for watching.